All right, let's start. Hello everyone, I'm Siddharth from Invanto. I'm so excited to share our first video of our upcoming lead, DragDropr. And with us today we have
Hello.
and with us today we have the founder and the CMO of DragDropr, along with Aisha. She is the branding lead at Invanto called DesignDrop.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hello.
Hi all.
You guys
And
all know me from my comments. Now you can put a face to the comment now.
I'm a huge fan of your comments, Aisha. All right. So in today's video, we're going to talk about all the top features of DragDropr. We'll just cover all the agency feature, what we have in this lifetime deal. And we will all, of course, will create some stunning designs and integrate them within Invanto. So let's get started. Norbert, why don't you start telling us about yourself, how your journey
Sure,
started?
absolutely. Yeah, thank you very much. So, also a warm welcome from me. Hello, Invanto users. It's really great to be here and to give you a short show off of DragDropr. So, a bit about myself. I'm the founder of DragDropr. I own an online marketing agency myself, and this is mainly the reason why we built DragDropr. So, the thing is that we created around about 300 websites so far and about 50 to 60 e-commerce solutions for our clients, and we always had the same issues, namely that the clients had different page builders, different landing page builders. Sometimes they used plugins for their CMS solutions. Sometimes they had well-known solutions, but they are all different. And we as an agency, we wanted to have one solution that fits them all. And then this is why we mainly started to build out DragDropr. So we have seen that it's an easy learning curve, and we can influence that how the pages can be built. And there are so many features that we still implementing to make it more convenient for other agencies and of course for ourselves to make it a real great builder, the one and only builder, of course.
That's great. And how
Yeah.
about you, Alex?
Well, I'm with DragDropr for a couple of years now. I listen to our users' needs, and by working with them, we find what they need and try to make it better for them, to DragDropr better for them, to make it more usable and to achieve their goals. Mainly helping them succeed in their businesses. That's our motto. That's our goal.
All right, that's great. So Aisha has been working, we have been working together for past couple of weeks. So I want Aisha to share her feedback about the tool, like what she thinks, like what are the good features about the platform. Maybe she can help us.
Yeah, so I've been looking at DragDropr, and one of the things I like about it, and I was just having this issue a few weeks ago, is I not only have a WordPress site, but I also have a Shopify site. And I've been doing WordPress for since 2018, so I know my way around it. And of course, I can, use a page builder and put up something real quick. But I noticed, like, WordPress is really hard, right? You can't just, set it up and go. You have to find hosting, set up WordPress itself, put in a theme, learn the theme if you don't already know it, and then go through the process of setting up a landing page. And I'm getting old, y'all, and I want to spend less time doing things like that. And so even though I know WordPress, for a recent client of mine, she needed a page real quick, and I didn't even want to use WordPress. So I just um, this was before I used DragDropr, but I went somewhere else that was just like a one-stop landing page. Put in the elements, click and publish, you're done. And I think DragDropr really shines there because it's just so quick as opposed to doing something in WordPress. And the great thing about it is that if I had choose to use WordPress, then I'm stuck with just using the page builder. I can't translate that into my Shopify site because they're two different platforms. But with DragDropr, it's any CMS that you're using, it works. So I really love that, and especially because DragDropr has a native Shopify app, and then it also has the Chrome extension. So I think it really shines there. And if you are not very design oriented, you're not very good with design, layout, all of that stuff really stresses you out. One of the things that I also appreciate is that there's tons of templates. And even though I've been doing WordPress for a long time, I never start off from a blank slate. I always install some template or something as my starting point, and then that's when I start taking and dropping elements. So I really like that once you sign up, you're not just stuck at ground zero. They have like a ton of templates that you can choose from.
So that's the case. That's great. So Norbert,
Cool.
here's a question for you, Norbert.
Nice hearing that.
So now here's a question for you. What makes DragDropr so unique? You know, there are hundreds of page builder tools out there. So what makes DragDropr so unique out of them?
We fit really every CMS, so it's not only just a page builder for landing pages that you put on your own domain. If there is a rich text editor on the CMS that you're using that allows you to insert HTML, then you can use our Chrome extension. I will show it a bit later to create the landing page directly where you are, namely in the CMS that you daily use. And of course you can put it on your own domain. We host it for you. This is also a cool thing, but the main cool part about DragDropr really is use it wherever you are, whenever you need it, in any CMS. As long as you see a rich text editor, you're done.
And if I can add to that, that's really valuable, being able to do something within the CMS that you're in instead of having to log in somewhere else and be on a whole different other tab, because there's something called, I believe it's called context switching, where once you switch your focus on something else and then you try to go back, it takes 20 minutes to get back in the zone and get back in that state of deep work. And that's why I think that's another plus with DragDropr, is that it enables you to do everything within the CMS that you're in so that you can remain focused. And, you know, once you open one tab to do something else, you're going to open another and another and another. But this keeps it all in this contained environment so that you can really keep in that deep work without getting distracted and doing that context switching.
That's absolutely right. Alex, is there something else you want to add on to it?
Well, I'm just listening to them always talking about pages, landing pages and all, but it's not just pages, not just landing pages. You can build forms, only forms. So you just build a form and paste that HTML or any kind of content you need to create. We can even publish Facebook tabs and things like that. So let's not limit us to pages, but I know they're our primary focus, but not only pages.
That's right. That's right. So, Norbert, why don't you share your screen and just walk us through the few features about how agency works and what are the top
Sure.
features?
Do you really want that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
so it would be
cool.
great.
That would be great. Okay, let me do that. So here we are. You see the tool right now. This is DragDropr. Yeah, it's just a usual dashboard. So we have the logo up here. This can be yours in the agency account, of course. So you can exchange the logo. You can change our main colors. I give you a quick sneak peek about the agency feature for that and a bit later. But first of all, the builder. So we have projects here. So a project is equivalent with a client, for instance. So you can either have several projects within one client account, or you can spread all the projects on client accounts. So here you see the company feature. So I'm an agency here, logged in as an agency, and I see all different clients that I support, and I can just click on a client and switch to his projects and work on his website or his whatever, so landing pages, PPC campaigns, whatever I have. And I easily can switch back to my account under the agency where I also have some projects. Now let me just jump into the Invanto project. Here you see the pages that I also already created. And with a click on Add New Page, I just create a new landing page. So There's no need to have already a connection or whatever. You just can start creating. And this is the builder, mainly the heart of DragDropr. And up here, you can just change the name. So my cool landing page. And yeah, just start working. So you could start off with a template, for instance. Let me click on that, and you see all the templates that we currently have. To the templates, I think it are around about, I don't know, 100, 120, 130, Alex?
Something
Do you
like
know?
that, but we're
Yeah,
adding 10 new every month, so it keeps
yeah.
expanding, and we want people to vote, tell us what you want, we provide.
Absolutely. So we help you and build templates for you, bring them all in here. We have categorized them into different kind of funnel types, industries, goals, and categories. And you just find your template that you want and you click on it, and it's getting populated into the builder. And all you need to do is point and click. So you just say, okay, I want to change the text here. Then you just click in and type what you want. And of course, you can also change the images, you can move around blocks, you can pick other widgets, insert them here. And if you want to be fast in changing something, we have so-called content blocks. So everything that is with an orange border is a so-called content block. And a content block is nothing else but different widgets within those blocks. So let me just clean up the page to make it a bit more easy for you to see some kind of feature set, and put just a bit less of those content blocks in here. It's a long page. So here we go. So when you have an empty page, you see that screen again. We started now with a template, but you could also start with a content block, and you can either pick those content blocks from here, from the sidebar, or if you want to have a better overview, you can click on the Add Content Block button here. And you have the same content blocks as you have in the sidebar, and you can say, okay, I am looking for something for, let's say, red colored. And then we give you the content blocks that have the red colored tag assigned. So we are frequently also extending those content blocks. We have around about 200 at the moment, and those are really very important. So we are extending them massively. So you can also pick a category and say, okay, I need something for with a call to action, and then you get all the content blocks where a call to action comes into the game. And you just click on the content block to bring it here to your design. There are several ways now, so you can say, okay, cool, that's fine, and I now need, let's say, something that is dark. Let's say a footer, and just drop it in, and it's there. Just change it as you want, or you can click here on the plus button, which is always visible, and you pick here other sections or categories, and also add them to the page. So something for about us, and put this here. So, and now you not want to rearrange it. So footer is always at the bottom. Okay, no problem. Just press the arrow down, and it's under the next object. So you have really an easy way to build out a website, and you still can modify it. So you want to have another image in here, no problem, or a video, no problem. Just pick the widget, go to the builder, and drop it where you want to have it. So let's say I want to hear a big video, then it's there, and you can work it out and just paste the video URL from YouTube in here. You can even make the video then full width, so it's really expanded, and easily make it bigger or slimmer, whatever you prefer to build out your page. So now let's say my page is ready. Let me remove that video in here. Let's say my page is ready. I just hit the save button. We also have an autosave feature. So this is enabled by default. It will save every minute, so you don't lose designs, but you can turn off the autosave feature in the next version. You can also see how your page looks like on different devices. So we built DragDropr fully responsive, not just a mobile view and a desktop view. We really have responsive steps, so you can make the design by clicking here just slimmer, and look how it works on smaller devices, where the breakpoints are, and so on. And let's say you want to hide something because on this device it doesn't look good anymore, and you would like to hide that or exchange that. Nothing easier than that. You have the widget settings for this. On the right hand side you have the widget settings, and there we have a responsive section. So you can hide this button, for instance, on this and smaller devices by just enabling that button here. Or you can hide hide widget on this device, and then it's gone. And you can preview that, of course, by just enabling the preview mode, and you see always how it looks on the different devices. Now let me make it a bit bigger. You see the button is here again. Let me make it smaller, and you see the button is gone. So you have real full influence about how to create a page, and with really, really simple steps. Also, if you're a bit more skilled, you can insert your own CSS. This is possible on widget level. So you have here the widget level. When you are on section level, you can add it for the whole section, or you can add the CSS for the whole page. And even on project level, you can change some CSS that is always available for the whole builder. So you can influence how by default a widget looks like. So, and there's one more thing that really, really saves time, and this is when you create your very own sections, your very own content blocks. It's just dropping in the section widget and then putting in the widgets that you want. So let's say a headline and maybe some rich text, and you say, okay, this is exactly how I want to have my blog look like. And you can click on the edit icon here for the section and save this one as your very own content block. This one is just for you. It's not in our library, and you just upload a quick photo if you have, so that you can remember how the blocks look like. Otherwise, we pick a screenshot and use that, and you give it a name, and then you're done, and all those content blocks are then visible here in the content block section, always on the top before our content blocks comes, and you can reuse it over and over again in your designs. So let me remove that one again, and again hit the save button. Now it's time to get this design into Invanto. So Invanto as CMS here, I have created a membership site just for testing, and I now manage the site. And what I now need to do is I want to create a content page, and let's create a new page.
All right.
And call it DragDropr Invanto demo with the default layout. Hit the save button. So my page is now created, and normally I need to go to the content area bar here and start working on my design, on my content. Now you see here already the DragDropr button is inserted, and this is triggered with our Chrome extension. So all you need to do is install that extension, and you can log in to that extension, and we will trigger the icon here, so you can then click on it and reload the builder. But as we have our design ready, and we did it in DragDropr, we want to use it here in Invanto. The best way is just to go here to source code and copy here from code the entire code to the clipboard, go over here to Invanto again, mark everything, and paste it. Hit the OK button, and our design is now right within the builder of Invanto. And I just need to hit the save button, and we can go and preview the page. So you see here exactly what we designed is in the Invanto. And of course it's slimmer because the content area is slimmer, so you need to consider this when you design, of course. But it's still responsive and fully responsive, and it's there, so you can change the whole default layout, of course, to make it wider, but this is the default styling that we don't influence. So, and as well, you can re-edit the page here by just clicking the DragDropr icon, and we will load the same page here as an overlay on Invanto, and all you need to do is make your changes, hit the save button, and close the page, which is done automatically, and you see that we populate that automatically without any further needs back to that page, and we just need to hit the save button here again, and we can see that this change is already live here on the front end. And when we just close that here, when we don't hit save now, you see that it's still what I edited. And now let me close that one and open that up again. You will see that we have also the change right within here on our original file, so that there is no difference and the page is always 100% accurate wherever you have it embedded.
So this is gonna save a lot of time, I'm sure, because
Yeah.
because just a simple click with Chrome extension, it will work for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only for Invanto, you can use it on any tiny MCE editor, so it will work the entirely same way in WordPress. It works in Shopify, Magento, wherever you see that editor. There are 78% of all websites, as far as I know, use exactly that editor. So there's a lot of use cases where you can have that.
That's a great
And
number.
what I love about using this for Invanto is currently you have a video, and then within that text editor, maybe you can do a different header size and then the text. But as of now, I think like the statistic is like 3% of people actually finish a course that they buy. And one of the things I believe is the reason why they are not finishing these courses because the content isn't engaging enough. And so with DragDropr, you're able to put the content in this field and add color blocks and add different sizing and add buttons and make that text content more enjoyable to go through versus just having either text alone or even just video in a text, because people learn different ways. Some people like to watch just the videos. Some people like to skim and read about what the video is about and then watch the video. And some people just like text or they just like audio. But at least with DragDropr, you're able to customize the text and add these design elements that makes your content as a course creator that much enjoyable to go through. And when you're doing something that you enjoy, you know, it activates like brain receptors that just makes learning a whole lot easier. And that's why schools, you know, when they teach our children, they're usually incorporating some kind of fun into it because, you know, studies show that when you're having fun while you're learning something, it's just that, you know, more quicker to sink in.
That's right. And let me tell
Yeah.
you guys, Asia has one of the prettiest school ever built on the platform.
Cool. Yeah, and of course you can also insert forms. So if you are in the need of some kind of forms to sign up to something or to get just some informations, or if you need something like a countdown timer, you just drop it in. Especially forms is very interesting because you can also build the forms via drag and drop. So this is the forms widget, and as soon as you drop it, you get new elements here, new widgets. And you can say, okay, I need a text block and I would like to have a select box, and you want to have the same next to the text block, for instance. And of course, we need a button to send. And then you just click in and say, okay, here we need the name. Here we have the job or whatever. So field options, you can also do it here and add the option and say, okay, we have job 1, and the value is job 1, and you see those options directly here in the select box. And this is what we store on DragDropr. But you can also, when you go on the form settings here, you can also send a push notification via webhook to any system that you want. We do have a Zapier integration, but we also come up in the next few weeks with around about 30 integrations that you can use for free that land into any kind of tools. We partnered up with another company here, and we bring you at least 30 plus integrations directly within DragDropr, and we're extending the integrations. So the goal is to really have 100 of integrations within the next few months, so that you really, so let's talk half year, so that you really have a lot of tools that you're using. Give us feedback what you need, what you want, and we try to put them in here. So this is really one of our high priorities, to get a lot of integrations done for you guys. You also have one thing that we didn't talk so far about, is the agency feature. Would you like to see a bit about agency?
That's the best part about this.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, it's cool. It's really cool. Well, we built it as an agency for other agencies. So this was always in my mind. I wanted to help other agencies as well. And I, as an agency owner, I love when my clients see my brand, you know. So this is really something that I'm very excited with. And we will put this agency feature, the white label feature, we will put it live in the next 5 to 10 days. It's ready. We're currently finalizing some tests. So what you see here now is on our development server. And this is the agency settings. So it will be under your company settings in your main agency account. And you will have white label settings here. And all you need to do is upload your logo and your icon. So we will replace the logo here, and the icon, if we need the icon, it's also replaced. It's in the builder, it's on the fav icon and so on. And we replace that. And you can give your brand a name. You can add your very own domain. All you need to do is just put a CNAME DNS entry from your URL that you posted here to app.dragdropper.com. We will issue, and within a day, something around that, we will issue the SSL certificate and publish it under your domain. And then you can open up the builder and see the login page under your brand with no backlink to DragDrop at all. You can put in the link to your help desk. So we have some support links within the app, and those links will be replaced with your support links. And you also can change the background color here, and you see it right away how it looks like. So you can put in your brand colors, and you can also change here the main color for all the buttons, the brand color, let's call it like this. So you can really make it look like it's your own tool, and every client that logs in under your account will just see your brand.
Basically, you'll have entire DragDropr platform under your own domain, under your own logo, and your own brand name. You can even change color, everything. I think that's pretty cool. But DragDropr is still DragDropr, I think.
That's right.
Yeah, let's switch back.
So can you show us around, like, how, if I want to add someone into the agency account or something, how
Yeah,
easy
sure.
it is to add them?
Sure, absolutely. So when you want to add a client, that's quite easy. You just go here and add a new company. When you search a client, by the way, and want to switch to that, you just begin to type, and you just click and switch to that client. But adding a new company is that easy as well. You just click Add New Company. Then you're redirected to the Add New Company page. You just type in the name of the company. You can upload a logo, so you can better identify. We just generate such an icon for those companies that didn't upload the logo. and you can upload the logo. You can invite your customer as a user.
Okay.
So just type in the email, and you can decide now if you want to pay as an agency for that account. So with the plans, you will have, of course, credits for that. But if you run out of credits, you can decide if you want to pay for the additional accounts or the company should pay themselves. Then we need the company email. We activate a trial account for them, and they get invited and have an account. So as an agency, you can decide whatever you prefer. So we have some agencies on the DragDropr that always invite the company as owner and that they need to make a contract with us. But I am sure your use case is more that you as an agency just deduct your credits and that you opt in for other credits if you do more sales because you have a wonderful margin also for that.
So when I am sending an invitation, what does that email look like, and is that branded or completely blank?
So currently,
and can I customize that email?
Yeah. So currently, that email is branded. So it's it's something that will take the logo from here. So it's just the DragDropr logo will be replaced with that logo here. And we are.
It depends of an account you have. So if you only have a regular agency account and you don't have a white label option, then of course the email will be branded with DragDropr. But if you have a white label solution, then we are introducing as soon as you put your logo 1, and you put your name brand, and you have your own domain, it will have to also be connected with, because of the email sending, then you could send emails from your own account as that further company. Now this is still in development.
We are not.
It will be. Sorry, Norbert.
Yeah, it is something that's. Sorry.
He is the boss. I need to shut up. Sorry.
No, sorry. Just continue. I'm quiet now. This is something for the outtakes, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I always like Christy from AppSumo with the outtakes.
Oh, the bloopers. But what the actual email, the text, is that also customizable, or is that something that I write, or?
Yeah, for now it's default text. For now it's default text. So what we do here is the white label settings are just the first step. You will have additional features in the white label settings. So we will have sections here which have custom branding. Then we have the emails that you can customize. We have we will have the messaging on the login page that will be customizable. You can even add your very own SMTP server for emails, for outgoing emails, so that the emails that go out from the system come from your own email address. This is also something that is on the roadmap, on the pipeline. So it is really entirely customizable. So every email that we send can be edited and changed on the behalf of what you need. But this one is the first step so that you can start using the white label, and then we go step by step and improve this.
Awesome. And that's big. I'm not I don't know all the email jargon or whatever because I'm not a techie, but I know that SMTP is big. People like it. Yeah.
So I just want to ask, like you already said, there is an option to edit the email, customize the email, and we will have a different, on the upcoming week, we're going to have a different video where we're just going to talk about the roadmap of the platform. So I would want you guys to hold all those features for the next video, and not reveal all the roadmap.
We have a huge roadmap to talk about, so don't worry.
All right, that's all. So Aisha, you have any more questions to ask about?
Well, springing off of that, if you have a huge roadmap, how big is your team?
Oh, we're 2 people, Alex and me.
Okay.
No, just kidding. No, just kidding. So
okay.
No. So we have at the mother company, the Monoband, We are 10 people here in Austria working on all the marketing design part and communication. This is the marketing agency, so we're also working for clients there. The development team, we have 4 people located in Serbia that are doing the development. We have Alex for the marketing. We have 2 people, 3 people in the support. So entirely, I think we are around about 20, 22 people. Alex?
Cool.
Something like that. I don't know.
We are
Not
something like
everybody
that.
are constantly on DragDropr, but the core team is like 7 or 8 us, which are solely here for DragDropr.
Exactly. Yeah.
What is the response time for the team, the support team? Because I know you're in Austria, but then you're going to have U.S. customers, Indian
Yeah.
customers. How does that work out?
Well, we have covered. Again, sorry, we don't just work weekends. So every working day we have it covered for that's like 20 hours. So we only have 4 hours of break, 2 hours in between those 10-hour shifts. Let's say it like that. If I made this clear.
Yeah, understood.
One of the things also that I noticed when I was in my account, a lot of agency owners are going to be marketers, by trade. And I know one of the big marketers right now is a guy named Ryan Levesque, and he wrote this book called Ask. And it's basically a book about setting up your website to have micro commitments. Because I think he did a study where when you just have the email field on a landing page, people are less likely to put in their email. So he came up with a method, or I don't know if he came up with it, but basically on the landing page, you just put a button that has the call to action. And so when someone clicks on that button, that is what he calls a micro commitment. So then a modal box or something that pops up that enables the user to then type in their name and email address. And that Ryan Levesque says that converts a whole lot better because the user has already made that micro commitment to click on the button to download whatever lead magnet that you have. But I didn't see how to do that in DragDropr when I was playing with my landing page. Is that possible?
Yeah. So yes, we can do this with 2 steps. So you just create a page with your form on it, and then you have the button here. I prepared that already, and all you need to do is to put in the link to your page. So link to a DragDropr page, and then select the project. Select the page with your form on it, and here the open in is now just new tab and current tab, and based on this requirement we will introduce a pop-up. So you have 3 options then. Currently it's 2, and we will introduce pop-up here, and as soon as someone presses the button we just pop up a module with the form that you created. So it's also solvable, it's just not yet implemented, but this is definitely something that you will see in, I don't want to promise next week, but maybe in 2 weeks. So it's just adding a new link, and
basically you can do it, but right now, as Norbert showed, you can only show it so it's opened in another tab, or to stay in the tab but to open another page. So what we are missing is to just that pop-up thing. We have option to create pop-up, it's just not existent in that button, so we need to add that button.
You could embed that button on your page with using a code, with using the publishing mechanism, and say, okay, I want to have a pop-up with a button pop-up on my website that I currently have. So this would be something that you can insert to your page as a sidebar button, left, right button, or whatever. And when you click it, it opens a pop-up. So this is already there, and all we need to do is implement it here in the drop-down as well for that button, and then you have it.
And when when you set up that two-page hack that you have now, what is the transition like? So for example, if I have this in my Invanto content area and the person presses the button, does it like abruptly switch to the second page, or is there like a fade? Like, will the user be able to know that, oh, this is an embed of something else?
No,
That
because
makes
it's
sense?
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, it depends a bit on what the CSS of the target system is using for that swipe. So we are if you don't change the CSS, so if you don't want to code something or change the CSS, we always use the CSS of the target systems of Invanto here, for instance. And if there is some kind of effect that is by default done for such a pop-up, we will use that effect. But it's a soft transition that we do the pop-up. So it's coming up. And this is something that is also something that we have on the roadmap. So to discuss, I must not tell too
Yes.
much about it, I'm told, Sid, right?
Yeah.
So it will be, so we will have animations as well. So you have some section here that gives you the possibility to change some specific animations. So you can fly from the right, fly from the left, fly from the bottom, fly from the top, or whatever. And such animations will be there as well.
And do you have, because I know a lot of people are going to ask this, and I'm in the US, so this doesn't affect me, but do you have within the left panel, when people are using their emails, some sort of thing that they can do for GDPR
Oh yeah,
stuff?
we are from Europe. It's even worse than so yes, we need to have that. It's the terms widget. So you just drop in the
Okay.
terms widget to your form, and then the button can just be pressed if the terms are selected, and you can change the text here and say I have read blah blah blah, and then you have a link text. You just type in what you, let's say, privacy policy, and you just post in the link here to your privacy policy, and then people can just submit when they select this box here.
And does that keep records? I think with GDPR, again, I'm like talking out my butt here, but you have to keep records of what has been opted into.
It, of course it does. It does. So we have every single form that is sent is stored also in DragDropr, and every single widget is recognized, so we see exactly that this was filled. And the form can't even be sent if you don't do the checkbox here.
Cool.
Isha, there's a disturbance in your voice. Like, is it me or is it everyone can hear that?
I think that
No,
that your microphone, some trouble with microphone.
Is it buzzing?
Yeah, it's buzzing.
Buzzing.
Buzzing and a strong echo, but it happens. While Aisha sourced that, I just realized that we haven't showed how easily you can publish a DragDropr page on a custom domain, or do we not want to hold that for later?
No, that is, I was coming to that question. Like, I wanted to check that how easily we can map that custom domain.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Let me open another page here that we built before. And yeah, all you need to do when the page is open is to click on publish. So you have the different options where to publish to, and you click on domain. And then you can either add your own domain here. You should just click on add domain and type in whatever your domain is.
All right.
And go back, and then the domain will be appearing here. So you can pick one of the domains that you have added, and you can change the path. Let's say my path, whatever, and it's always the file name index.html always opens the site when you just type in the domain. So you can structure specific paths as well, but you could also change this and make it invisible, and just when you know the exact domain, open it up. But this is just if you have something to hide that you don't want to show, that you just want to have specific people to show. And otherwise, you just type in something here in the path, or you just remove that, and then the page will open directly under that domain. And we will also show to which pages this page has been published to already. We don't have that here, so
because it's not published yet.
Exactly. Yeah, sure. Cannot be there. Let me publish it. I'm not sure if, no, it's not connected. So it's the demo account here. You need to connect the domain one time. This is done in your DNS settings. So as soon as you have added your domain here, you will get an email where we instruct you how to point the domain to DragDropr. It's done in your domain management where you have purchased the domain. It's a simple CNAME entry where you point to DragDropr, and then you can test it out yourself and publish whatever you want.
That's good. And I see the shareable link over there. What is that? Can you explain that?
The shareable link is something that you always have for every landing page. You just click it and it's copied to the clipboard, and then you can open up the page and see it in how it really looks like when it will be published. Yeah.
All right, that sounds good. Is Isha back? Isha, can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's good now. So
yeah, sorry about the buzzing. I don't know what to do.
So yeah, coming back to Isha's question, she was asking that where were the data
well, my question was going to switch gears over to the countdown. I was just wondering, is the countdown like, does it just count down and then it stays at 0, or does it move to a next page, or does it have locking features? You know, that makes sense.
No. It's not yet something like that. It's really just a countdown, and after the countdown is over, it does nothing. This is something that we also can extend. Of course, it makes sense to do this, so it will have for sure something like locking features. But we have also that there is a cool tool, that exactly have that feature. Just don't fully remember the name. They have even wrote about DragDropr and how to implement their timers with us. I think deadline countdowns. Yeah, cool web app. I really love them. They wrote about DragDropr and how to implement their countdown timers with our pages. It's really very, very easy. You just can read that on their blog, and then you have exactly that behavior that you can create a countdown that is 3 days for every user that comes on the page, or you can redirect after the countdown is done. But we will implement some of those features as well here for the countdown timer. It makes totally sense, and you know the app is really something that needs to grow. We really want to become the one and only builder. This is our goal. This thing will fly, and we will implement and trash you with features. It's just step by step, but we need to take small steps. We are still a small team, so but this is something that you really can expect from us, that we don't stop doing features.
So if you can use that deadline, if you can use another deadline and pop it in there right now, can we also use other things to embed? So for example, what I'm thinking is, if I use a countdown and the countdown stops, it then redirects to a page that has a Thrive cart or some sort of shopping cart embedded in there, where if the user clicks on the button before it runs down, they can buy this product that is really cheap.
Well, in general, we can do everything. It's all about we listen to the users, but we also let them vote for the features they want. So if you want it, you vote for it, and we also measure how many people want to have that feature. Usually those countdown features, they are to produce that, you know, fear of missing FOMO effect, you know, but we can extend it, of course.
But as of now, can we embed, like, for example, a lot of people have brand quiz. So would I be able to embed the quiz in there?
you have the HTML widget. You just drop it in,
Oh, okay, good, great,
and here you are.
awesome.
So you just paste that code from them, and it's going. And you also have there. By the way, they are also from Austria. Funny thing, brand quiz.
Yes,
Oh,
they are
Colleagues,
awesome.
colleagues from Vienna. Yeah, like them. We met them already on a SaaS meetup, as far as I remember, and yeah, that's quite cool. So and you can also insert code in the page settings. So you have the possibility to add additional scripts that might load in the header, in the body, or in the body end. You can add metadata, so you can add metadata for Google, for Facebook Open Graph, and for Twitter. So you have a perfect setup for your page.
That's great. Isha, is there anything else
Perhaps
you wish to ask? Like, I guess,
I
yeah,
I think he covered it all.
yeah. So I guess that we have
Awesome.
covered all the points out there. Yeah,
I
Norbert.
would
Great.
I would love to show you what Norbert couldn't, because he has a demo account. But if you like to give me the screen, Norbert, for a second.
I can give you the screen.
If you don't mind, guys. So
Yes.
basically, it's I'm a boss here, so have not a demo account. So basically, when you are in DragDropr, if you want to publish a page to your own domain, as Norbert is showing, this is working just fine. And just let me enter one of the companies I have here. And now this page, if you want to publish it, as Norbert was saying, you need to save it, but I'm going to change it a bit. So you see test, and once saved, we go to publish to a domain. And then right now here, I only have this deal DragDropr because DragDropr is a great deal. As authorized, and I just click on publish and domain, and it's live. Then you just need to run to that page, and here it is.
Okay.
Pretty cool, right?
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
So sorry for interrupting, just wanted to show that as well.
Yeah. So when Norbert was not able to show that, it was not mapped right. So
Yeah,
we
Because the
completely
domain was
understand.
not mapped. It was just a demo account, and it was not
Exactly.
mapped here. So
So,
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, the platform looks solid, and like we were able to easily create great designs. And the best part I really like is just click on the extension and get started from there. That was the best part for me. I guess
Cool.
we have covered pretty much every things what we've decided. So I think it's a time to wrap up the call. So guys, before we wrap up the call, is there anything else you want to say, or maybe if you want to ask, Aisha?
I think just one of the biggest selling points here is time. You know, we can always make more money, but once time is gone, it's gone. And especially with clients, two of the ways you can really delight a client is by being fast and by giving them clarity. So the fact that they can just come in and just start off with the content blocks, because not everyone is a designer, that's a huge selling point, not only for them, but for you to be able to just set up a page, you know, just like that. And then the fact that it's so easy, because, you know, with a system that is also easy, that's going to save you more time by not having to get so many support calls. So I think time saving feature here is like the biggest thing with DragDropr, and which I love. And also I really like that it is not only designer friendly, but non-designer friendly. So even within the widget areas, as a designer, I can go in and it's just so granular that I can fine tune everything how I'd like. But again, someone who is not a designer can go in and just drag in the content blocks and just get started from there and still do that, you know, that one click publish. So like really, like if you're really dead set on saving time, and even when you save time, you make more money, I think this is where the big value is here with DragDropr, just saving you time, keeping you focused. And again, like I believe that clients like just normal clients that are not designers or web developers, like they don't know the difference between a landing page and a website. So if you were able to get a landing page up for them, like within a few hours, they're going to be blown away and they're just going to throw money at you. So yeah, I think that's just the biggest selling point, guys. If you just really want to save time and frustration, pick DragDropr.
That's right.
So much. That's really cool. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So yeah, so that's really great, Aisha, and thank you so much, Norbert, for and Alex. That was a really solid
Sure. You're
demo.
welcome.
Thank you all.
And so, guys, those who are watching this video, do not forget to grab your access. The deal will be live on 22nd of September. So get our access, and as Aisha said, if you want to save your time, this DragDropr is for you. So you don't need to switch between different page builders. So yeah, I
We
guess
love
that's
to see
all.
you in the inside. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Bye-bye.
So that's just a minute. Norbert, I have just an update.
Sure.
Before we wrap up, we have a new video coming up next week where we'll be just talking about agency features. So I just wanted to, and we also have a contest upcoming. So I just want to tell our audience that we have a contest upcoming. So stay tuned to our big group, and thank you so much, guys, for your time. Have a great
Thank
day.
you all.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.